Hello, how's it going? Well, today I got a bit of bad news. So my mom, as I may have mentioned in previous videos, my mom has been in a long-term care facility. We were hoping it wasn't going to be long-term, but I she's it's a lot of medical stuff, infections. Apparently, just hospitals and long-term cares are just infection hives. And so I've only been back at home for 3 days, and already mom is not only not doing well, but she's actually in the hospital. And this time she's got kidney failure. Now I'm going to have to ask the wife what exactly that means. My wife is a veterinarian, so at least functionally she'll be able to explain that to me. But it's quite trying, to be honest with you. And my dad called me this morning and told me all about this. I missed a call, and he's just been sending text messages to me and my aunts. And so I'm not really sure when I'm going to go back. I'll have to speak to him tonight and find out what I need to do. Oh, by the way, this will make me feel better. Hot. Very hot. So hot I forgot about all this crap for a second. I find that so my passport has recently expired in the last couple weeks, and I've sort of been putting off trying to renew it. And that involves like printing out stuff. We don't have a printer here, so I had to get my wife to do it at work, just a couple pages. So I figure no harm. Um, I had to go. So today I just decided to occupy my mind. I was going to walk all the way up to this place that takes photos for passports. Um, I couldn't find it. It was in a very out of the way place, sort of in one of these buildings where it's kind of hidden. You have to really be looking for it, and it's not something you trip over. And he told me come back in an hour, so I went to the library, which is about a 10-minute walk away, the big library, and I got all the books I've had since I was down in Virginia. And I had to renew, um, and got some new books, which I might be taking down with me to Virginia. So mostly history books, kind of my thing. And so I've just been trying to occupy my mind with other things, uh, just so I don't, obviously, so I don't think about anything else. So, like I said, I'm not sure when I'm going to be going back. This whole situation reminds me of my grandmother's. This is my mother's mother, and she, uh, I don't remember exactly. I think she had breathing problems, maybe emphysema. Not really sure. COPD, I think. I think they're similar, but not exactly the same. I don't know, to be honest with you. So, it she died about 15 years ago, and for a few years she was in the hospital, and then she was out of the hospital. She was in the hospital, and then she was out of the hospital, and then we had to move her. My aunt, who lived down in Florida, where my grandparents lived. Um, my whole mom's family is from Pennsylvania originally, but my grandparents moved down there. My aunt sort of went down there too later on. And my aunt did a lot of the work, probably most of it. And I just remember it being very wearing, very grating, very heavy crap. She's in the hospital again. Um, uh, and really just, it's just something you have to carry. Imagine walking around with a backpack full of maybe 100 pounds worth of weights. It's going to be maybe not that bad, but it's just it's just tiring. And that's all we have to look forward to, because people are living longer, but they're not. If you might. live an extra 20 years, it's not like you're going to be running marathons when you're 90. If you're lucky, maybe. Most people, that those extra years are kind of rough on everyone around you. Um, and the reason why this is kind of upsetting to me is because it's upsetting to my dad. My dad is 75, and he has to deal with all this. And I've been going down there, and I've been coming, I've been going down there, coming back, going down there, coming back, for a couple weeks at a time. This time I've only been back for a couple of days, and then suddenly, um, she's in the hospital again, and so I hardly ever see my wife. I hardly ever see the animals. It's slowing down, like the job search is slowing down. I actually had a job interview down in Virginia. I did over the internet. Thank God for the internet. It's been slowing down, like job search, because I've been spending like 3 or 4 hours a day in the hospital. I come home, I'm exhausted. Not that I have been doing much, but it's an hour there, it's an hour back, and I'm sitting there for 3 hours. So it's about 5 hours of dealing with mom, coming back, sitting there, and it's not exactly physically exhausting, but it is mentally, emotionally exhausting. And some days are better than others, and obviously things are getting worse. And it's very taxing on me personally. So I was kind of excited to come back, as in, like, I didn't have to worry about mom for a little bit. I do worry, but I didn't feel like I had to babysit. So it's been slowing down the progress of my life, slowing down progress of my family and and it's been kind of sad to watch just the whole family just sort of fall apart. Dad's had to refinance the house in order to pay all the hospital and long-term care costs. There's a certain, he's had to deal with all the paperwork that's involved with Medicare, and then see if we can qualify for Medicaid, and what are what can you actually do with Medicaid, and at what level. It's really, and it's designed. I mean, I wouldn't say it's designed at all, but if it were designed to confuse, and just irritate, it would be just like this. I mean, anybody who designed this on purpose should be shot. But I don't think that happened. I think it's just slowly, just bits and bits come together, and now nothing makes sense. So I really don't know what to do personally. I know I've come on here, and the last few videos have actually been about other things, just things I think about, because I also like I like to read books and think about things, because it kind of allows me to get away from the heavy shit in my life. Um, and so in the meantime, what do? I mean, I've been reading. I've been trying to build up my website. The links are always down in the description box. Please check them out. I do a lot of reading, and I find it really helps me make sense of the world. Um, so I've been building up this content. I've had this website for 5, 6 years now, adding to it very regularly. I have something like 500 odd blog posts, which I've been actually ramping up lately. For a while, it was kind of on and off, on and off. Now I'm trying to do as much as possible, at least on the books blog. My own personal blog, I just don't really want to talk about my own life that much, other than, here, this is nice. It's kind of just bleh, just get it all out, barf it up, and then move on with the rest of my day. And I've been trying to keep my cool. I'm trying to maintain some sort of composure in this. I don't know how other people deal with the death of their mother. My dad, I think when his mother died a few years ago, it was a relief to him, mostly because she wouldn't die. She was in a long-term care facility, but she had no brain. I mean, she was just a vegetable, and my mom's sort of getting that way. And that lasted years, and that was out in West Virginia. where my dad, my grandparent, my grandma is from, and that driving out there, it's about 4 or 5 hours. It's just exhausting. So, um, like I say, I'm trying to keep my composure, but I don't know how long I can hold on. Have any tips? I'm all ears, but as of right now, the only thing that's keeping me going on is the hope that she's not in a lot of pain, or if she is, that it won't last too long, and that she isn't scared or isn't worried about life, death, afterlife. My mom and I, family's not very religious, and it's really close to the end. I mean, I can't say that I hope it is, but you got to be honest about these things, and it's I can't really talk to her because she's now in a place where she just can't hear anything, and it's I hope that she's been ready for whatever comes next. Um, I don't know what comes after this, but I do know her very well, and she was a very good woman. Or she still is, but her not doing very much. So, but she's a very good woman. I wouldn't say that she was very religious at all, but she was. She's a good mom, good friend, good stranger. Like she was just nice to people on the street. Who needed help or didn't need help. From what I understand, she was a good boss, good employee, good neighbor, good friend. She was a good mom, good wife, and if there is anything beyond this, I hope that all the for and against are all taken account, taken into account, and I just hope for her sake, her own what's left of her mind, that she's not in pain, and I hope that this doesn't just exhaust my father any more than he already has. As for myself, I've sort of come to wouldn't say resignation, but I've come to terms with I'm not going to be around very long. And yeah, it's, when I think about it, I'm about to turn 40, and I've known people whose parents died very young, or who had parents, or whose the relationship wasn't good for one reason or another. And so I suppose I'm very, very, very lucky that we had as good of a relationship as we did for as long as we did. Sorry. Didn't drink tea before you talk, you get all claggy. But yeah, so I'm just kind of reflecting on that, and you can't really choose when you go. I mean, I guess you could, but you can't choose when it's your time. And well, anything beyond this is just me being nostalgic and sad and depressed. And if anything, that this whole thing's kind of made me realize the importance of family. Um, when everything's going well, you kind of just forget about it. And that it seems like we tend to think about life when it's good as the norm. It's not the norm. This is the norm. Pain, sadness. Uh, this is the reality for a lot of people. And it's those moments of fun and joy and happiness that you really know that these are the good times, and they are few and far between. There's a lot of death and misery and unhappiness out there, and we are, we just don't notice the good stuff. So um, I won't say it's a little too late to appreciate that, but I still have some years ahead of me that I can appreciate the times and know that you just got to take advantage while you can. So anyway, anything beyond that's just I'm sorry, I'm not that brilliant today. Not that I am on other days, but today is kind of a bit of a bummer. And I hope that the next time I'm talking to the camera, probably do one of the music videos because that's fun and it kills some time, and I get to listen to music and uh, be happy for an hour or so. Um, so yeah, I don't know when I'll be making another video. I'll try to do it when I can. I hope they're not sad videos, but um, it might not be as regular as it's been in the past. Not that it was ever super regular, but these things happen. So anyway, see you soon. Bye.